What is this? A plane. Do you know who made this? People made it. Do you know why? Because they were going to be needing it, and they made it for a purpose. That plane is dedicated to doing missionary work, to spread the gospel. So when you see that plane, you will know that people made it for a purpose.
People are afraid of aviation. They're afraid of the risk. It's a big expense, and it is a risk.
You need to be well trained. A good set of nerves is very handy because there's no room for error. If you don't do it right, you don't get to try again.
If it weren't for the airplanes, most of this work couldn't happen. Or it would take months to do what we can do in minutes.
There's just certain places you don't want to touch down. You have to wait and let some of the strip go under you before you touch down because there's pretty bad humps there. It doesn't leave a whole lot to stop. You always have to be exact every time, no matter what the winds do to you. It's just over 900 feet long. We'll have tailwind going into that little strip if we get any wind at all, and we don't really need tailwind going into that strip.
A lot of the approaches aren't very good. A lot of people just do not want to fly that type of flying because they think it's too high risk. It is higher risk than normal people flying in the States. With proper training and having the proper capabilities to start with, we can keep risk down to a minimum.
Yeah, very close. I almost hit one. Dog was on the runway on a little short strip. Come on, dog, get out of the way. No. You know, that would slow you down quite a bit, and that was tight enough as it was. No, it's 2/3 down the runway, it didn't have any airspeed indicator, and it's too late to stop. And it just barely missed it. Just barely.
Flying for me is just really what I enjoy doing. Ever since I was small, that's what I love to do. I just enjoy the challenge of it, especially here on some of the smaller strips, different weather conditions. I enjoy the scenery, just the whole exhilarating feeling of flying. But I ultimately enjoy what we can accomplish with the flying here, and that's spreading God's word to people that don't know. We're just fueling up here on the village of Parima. Our only source of fuel is 200 miles away from here in Georgetown. So we have to haul all the fuel in here that we use, and we try to use it sparingly, but it's also very necessary when we have medical calls or any bad weather. We have to add a little extra fuel here. Let's see if we can find what is giving us problems. We came down here to the end of the runway to get ready for takeoff, and doing our magneto check, discovered that we're running really rough on the right magneto. So we're going to take the cowling off here and have a look around, make sure it's not the magneto. If it's not, we'll check the spark plugs. And there's probably just something stuck in one of the spark plugs. Get that cleaned out, and then we'll be on our way again. I got it. Yep. problem right here. You can see a little bit of lead deposit has built up between our spark plug here, and it's not allowing it to spark, so that's why our engine was running rough. So we'll clean that up and put it back, and our engine will run fine again, hopefully. It's good to go. Just put the cowling back on, and we're ready. My father actually discouraged me a little bit from doing mission aviation only because there's so few positions around the world. And he's the one that encouraged me to diversify my skills. Say 5 feet longer than the antenna. I went to Southern Adventist University and took nursing. I got my BSN, and I was already a pilot at that point, so I was just getting some experience and doing my aircraft maintenance training as well. It's exciting work. I came here straight out of college, had the cent in my pocket, and I'm still here. I got married almost 2 years ago now. So really, any skills that you can get before coming down, you aren't just a pilot here. You do so many different things. Nursing, fixing the plane, dealing with people, commissions, fixing anything and everything. And just generally, you get involved in virtually so many things that whatever skill you can come with, whatever background knowledge you have, is a tremendous asset to the program. That's good for now. You can tie it right there, and then we'll pull it tight from that side. All right, Brother Angus, come here and I'll show you how to use this. And this red one here, always straight up at 12 o'clock position. So, like, if it changes, see, it sounds very different. What church do you attend? Yes. No church? All right. Do you have a Bible? Yes? You read it sometimes? Alright. Tell you what, since you're doing this favor for me, let me give you one of these books. It's a nice little book that you can read maybe when you're waiting for your patients to get well or so. You work there as well? One for you as well. I'm leaving this box of Bibles. You could give it to Brother Roy. You all have Bibles? You each have one? You'd like to have one? Let me give you one so you can keep that by you. Yes. You want one as well? Very good. Only if you promise to read it.
Yes, I
All right.
Some mornings I go out, I have just one flight, and it's almost dark by the time I get back because emergencies just keep popping up. And so by the time I get back with one, I have 1 or 2 more waiting, and it goes on all day long. It happens very regularly. We have 2 this morning instead of 1. We have someone else that got very sick, very high fever, about midnight last night. And so we'll be taking the mother, the baby, and 1 other out. So it's good we decided we'd come light on fuel. Vamos subiendo. There's been a lot of times picking patients up off of little short strips. The day's hot, the wind's not right, but you know if you don't go, they aren't going to make it. And so when you know God's going to help you and He wants you to go, you go ahead and go. And He puts his angels there to help pick the plane up. It's not that we fly without fear, it's just that you fly in God's hands, and you know whatever He asks you to do, He'll give you strength and ability to do. The sickness doesn't stop, the accidents don't stop, and there's no roads passable into most of these villages. And so there's no way to get the people out. If they can't walk out on their own, either they get well or they don't. There's no other option. We have maintenance coming up again on the plane in less than 10 hours. And it's hard to stop because when we go, you can't fly for a week or two. When we come back, they tell us about all the emergencies that they needed help for, and there was no one to go. And I just soon not know because it makes it really hard.
I started flying here when I was 23 years old. I'm now 26 years old. And it's very interesting to talk with people, communicate with people on email. And when you first meet them, they assume you're 40 years old or something. You know, they think you should be much older. I get many surprised people here that think, wow, you're so young, and you're already doing this. But for young people, I would say, take every opportunity you have now, preparing to do this work. And if you have any goals that you're trying to reach, don't wait till you're done with college, don't wait till you're done with high school. If you're in grade school, start working towards that goal right now. Ultimately, don't let people discourage you because of your age. Regardless of how young you are, it's not too young to start reaching your goals and serving the Lord.
This is what I do for recreation, de-stress. You climb the mountain and then you have a nice, relaxful flight back down. Nothing's crossed, everything looks good. With wind like this, we'll inflate. Once we get it under control, then we'll turn around and head down the mountain with it. Okay.
You just saw a video of 2 of our Mission Aviation programs. Pilots who've dedicated their life to serving the Lord in different types of capacities, not trying to look for a job, but trying to do a job. Currently with 8 aircraft and only 3 pilots, each of which is flying about 1,000 hours a year, God's work is needing pilots. Pilots who are willing to work with some unknown variables. Not part-time pilots, but full-time pilots, dedicated to serving the Lord, doing medical work, evangelism, willing to live simply, not knowing where tomorrow's operating budget or food is going to come from. With helicopters going into Norway and the Philippines, and God's use of technology with aircraft, God is preparing pilots today. Pilot nurses, pilot physicians, pastor pilots, pilot mechanics. Maybe you're one of them. To be able to do in these last few months of Earth's history what others have not been willing to do. Jesus is coming back soon, and He needs your skills.